Hey there, Yinzers. Double AP bringing you another episode of Yinzology, the study of everything Pittsburgh.
This episode of Yinzology is brought to you by Cool Cones with two locations, Perry Highway and North Park. So get a cool cone and chill out.
So my wife and I, we bumped into this couple who live in Florida, and they're looking for a new place to live. And they randomly just checked out Columbus, Ohio, which is really, if you haven't been to Columbus, it's a really beautiful city. They also stopped in Pittsburgh and checked out our city. And I was very curious to know their initial first impressions and their experiences and what they thought about Pittsburgh. They were first-time visitors. They'd never been there before. They found a beautiful VRBO in the District of Oakland in the University of Pitt area, and they just loved how they could walk to everything. They loved the architecture, they loved all the little shops, and they loved the people. They couldn't get over how nice Yinzers were. So nice job, Yinzers. They also went up to Mount Washington. All right, that's a great place to see this beautiful skyline and also the three rivers. These beautiful overlooks. It's easy, it's fast. You get up there, take a look at the city, and then you're moving on. Then they also decided to check out a ball game at one of the most beautiful baseball parks in the country, and that's PNC Park. It's cheap, it's fun, it's fast, it's easy, and you get a beautiful, picturesque view of the city along with the ballpark. There's not a bad seat in the house, and you get yourself a permani sandwich. Kill two birds with one stone. Now, I will give you a little advice for you first-timers visiting Pittsburgh. If you want to fit in, if you want to blend like Cousin Vinny, you want to get some pirate gear or merch, you head to a place called Giant Eagle. Now, we say Giant Eagle, but it's really Giant Eagle, and it's a Pittsburgh grocery store. You go in Giant Eagle and you'll find there's a little small Pittsburgh section in every Giant Eagle where you can find everything from lanyards to koozies to even hats and t-shirts. And depending on the season, it's baseball season, so it's a good chance you may find a Pirates hat or a Pirates shirt. You can find a shirt and a hat for maybe 12 or 20 bucks. And then they're sitting down there at the ball game, right? And they got a guy behind them continuously talking about the pierogi race. And they're like, what is this guy talking about? Then they actually see the pierogi race take place at the ball field. They didn't know what to make of it. They're just like, this place is crazy. And then they couldn't believe the Pittsburgh fans, how our first baseman, Rowdy, they were at one of those games where Rowdy goes from like zero to a hero. Boo, boo. And we're just, as Pittsburgh fans, we're just letting them have it. We have no problem with booing. And they were in a little bit of culture shock. Then as the game progresses, he goes from like a villain to being like a hero, where they're chanting his name and cheering for him at the end of the game. And it blew their minds. They couldn't believe the enthusiasm of Pittsburgh fans and the craziness of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It was just a great experience. They loved every minute of it. And then they also had a beautiful time at the art festival. We have one of the most beautiful down at the Three Rivers Arts Festival, where my friend Annie Heisey, she was there this year. I hope you stop by and check out her artwork. She's the one that did this bridge. A historic moment where it was not raining, because usually when the art festival is going on, it's usually raining. But it was a beautiful, gorgeous, sunny day, and it was not raining, and they were able to enjoy all the artwork. If you are visiting Pittsburgh for the first time, most Yinzers will tell you the number one place you got to go to and check out is the Strip District. This place is the epicenter and the life of the city. It has been for years. Back in the day, it was where everybody would come for fresh produce. It was the fresh open air market where you had the train yard, these shipments that would come in. And that's where it would be like everything would be shipped into the strip market area, the Strip District market area. and then all the trucks would be loaded up early in the morning before the sun came up, and all the trucks would go out to the various grocery stores, mom and pop shops, restaurants, and the supply chain started and ended at the Strip District. Now the Strip District has changed over the years, but it's still the number one go-to place to have just that cultural shock and experience of, wow, what is this? Wow, this is great. Sights and smells of not just fresh produce, but a little taste of Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh memorabilia and a good cup of coffee or a biscotti or artwork or music, and the list goes on and on. If you have time, right next to the Strip District is the History Museum, the Heinz History Museum. You're close to Point State Park. You're close to the North Side, the Warhol Museum. You're close to the South Side. There's many options, and you're close to the city itself. And there's lots to do. And the Strip District's usually a place where people go early in the morning to get their start. That's where you launch your whole day, and you kickstart your day by going to the Strip District. So yeah, these people that we met have never been to Pittsburgh before. They repeatedly mentioned how beautiful the city was. They mentioned how clean it was. They mentioned the architecture, and they also, again, repeatedly mentioned how nice people are. Just to let you know, I'm not a real estate agent, but we are longtime Yinzers, so we'd love to give you more insight, more videos in the future to help you if you're visiting or maybe you're moving into the area. We'd like to maybe give you some more information, so I hope this helps. Until next time, I'm Double AP and I'm out.